Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Sotah page 42, which discusses a famous sentence in Proverbs in the book of Mishlei. The verse tells us, Da'aga b'lev ish yashchena. Literally, if a person has worries in their heart, someone who is suffering from anxiety, and they are constantly worried and troubled, what is the proper advice that we could do to be able to help such people? And this is an important question, especially in this day and age where unfortunately there's so many people who are suffering with some levels of mental illness or just in general great levels of anxiety or depression. What are the methods that are being alluded to in this verse that we can address this person to be able to help them under this current situation? So on this, the Talmud gives two interpretations. One is Yashchena Medaito, which literally means you should try to distract your mind from that which is bothering you. Which means if you're constantly thinking about this particular thing, then it's just going to compound itself and become more problematic. Instead, you should try to engage in other things, and by doing that, you'll be able to avoid having these feelings of anxiety or possibly depression. Which, the way that some professionals interpret what this would potentially mean is that instead of you only focusing on yourself, you need to focus on other things, whether that is going outside of your home, getting out of bed, and volunteering or taking upon yourself some type of new activity or some type of project or goal, so that this way your mind and focus will be on something productive and positive. If you instead you're just sitting around and thinking about the thing you're worried about, it doesn't make matters better. Instead, get up, be proactive, and do something different. And by doing that, not only will you have grown as a person, but usually the things that you're worrying about will also maybe be taken care of and go away. Another interpretation of Yasichena Lacherim, which literally means speak to other people. One of the issues of depression and anxiety, a person who is struggling with these issues, is that they keep these things to themselves. And on this, the Talmud, in all the way back in the book of Proverbs, is telling you that you cannot keep things bottled up and keep them inside. Because if you sweep things under the rug, your problems will not go away. They'll get worse. And therefore, another piece of advice is to speak to others. Now, it doesn't say you should go speak to a psychiatrist, psychologist, but it's important in general that you should speak to someone. And this way, whatever's inside, you're getting it out in the open. And first of all, you'll be able to communicate and connect to another person and not be alone. Also, instead of you having all these feelings, by you expressing yourself and articulating what you're feeling, so it'll be more likely now you'll be able to concretize what's bothering you. And the fact that you have someone that's there, and now you see that there's someone who's listening to you, and perhaps could even give you positive advice of how to improve, these are all different ways to be able to address the issues of anxiety in the Talmud. Of course, the Talmud was written almost 2,000 years ago, and this is not to replace other potential methods to be able to alleviate or to address the person who is suffering from these different issues. But again, the Talmud, in its great levels of wisdom, is able to touch upon things which are quite timeless.